Hello, John aka Chicken Fillets here. Now with us gamers there's three things which are usually guaranteed throughout our gaming life, which is death, taxes and rage quitting. Now come on, at some point or another we've always gone,
what the hell?
This could be anything from weird story beats to the aesthetics of the game which made us go,
what the fuck?
Or it could be just that one battle which you just can't get through which makes you go like this.
What?
Oh, what the fuck? So yes, with this all in mind, we are going to look at 9 JRPGs which made us rage quit. Now you may have gathered, I'm not alone in this is a collaboration video. Now before we get cracking on with the first entry, if you like JRPGs, lists, etc, and like hearing a wee Scottish guy talk about them, well, consider subscribing to the channel. So first up we have Just History Guy, so let's see what made him rage quit.
Hey everyone, Just History Guy here, and a big thanks to Chicken Fillets for having me on. So alright, JRPGs that make you rage quit. What comes to mind? If you know me, I'm a big SMT fan, and that might make you think of the oh so notoriously hard Nocturne, but no. The game that got me was the only game that has ever made me break a controller. That's Persona 4's Yukiko's boss battle. Now, those P4 Golden people out there are probably like, what is this man talking about? You just use Bufu and you're all good. And that's because you guys didn't know the struggle. P4 Golden changed that fight. In the original PS2, she didn't have any weaknesses. So yeah, all of you people who cheesed with Bufu, you just don't know. Ice skills are not gonna work here. I have never been so mad. I spent hours trying to beat this girl, and one night just gave up for a day. I was done. Rage quit, and I may have tossed a controller into the ground that bounced and got destroyed, but you know, anyway, hey, I came back, I grinded, and eventually I was able to win, but man, PS2 Persona 4 was a different animal at times, and is the only game that really ever made me rage quit. And so again, thanks for having me on, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Just History Guy there with the original Persona 4 and that boss battle. Well, I can't say I've experienced that one because I'm the Persona 4 Golden guy. So we have Colin Lack returning to the channel once again to tell us the JRPG which made him rage quit.
Thanks for having me on this collab, Chicken Fillets. Seems like rage is a theme we're going over again, eh? Either way, what JRPG made me rage quit? Surprisingly, it's one of my favorite games of all time, Resonance of Fate. I bet a lot of you are thinking, hang on, if it's one of my favorite games, why did it make me rage quit? Well, it's because I got locked out of advancing the story. Resonance of Fate has a weird way of advancing through the game, as you have to unlock tiles to advance. I was fairly late game according to the guides I was looking at when I played the game in 2011 or so. I had just 2 more bosses to fight, then I was done. But for some reason the game just would not let me place down an item to unlock the last grid on a given area of the map, and that prevented me from advancing entirely. I was probably 40 or so hours into the game, I can't quite remember. But I'd spent a long time with the game, also given I had other things I needed to focus on at the time, I just dropped the title, as I felt absolutely gutted by the game glitching out. I also wasn't too enthused with the idea of grinding again just to reach the same point for another 30 to 40 hours and potentially having the same thing happen. Which is a shame really, as Resonance of Fate is one of the most unique JRPGs I've ever experienced. However, I will climb that mountain again, as I now have the 4K remaster of the game on PS4. It's just a matter of time before I conquer this game. Unless, of course, I run into the same glitch again, in which case I'll be living up to my Viking and Scottish ancestry and going full berserker mode. But who knows, maybe that's the type of content people want to see. A short Canadian obsessed with JRPGs going off the rails like a crazy train. And yes, I included the Aussie reference just to make Chicken Fillets laugh. Either way, I do love Resonance of Fate, and it is one of the most unique games I've ever played. Thanks, Chicken Fillets, for having me on again. I can't wait to see what other games made some of our content creator friends rage. Until next time, keep blazing that trail.
Colin Lack there with Resonance of Fate, a JRPG which is currently in my backlog. Now there's a clue of who is next up because of the music. Yes, he has given up on the PSP. Yes, it is James from the Review Ting. James, on you go.
Hey everyone, I'm James and I want to thank John for inviting me onto the channel. So today we are talking about JRPGs that made us rage quit. Now, I have a bit of a deep dark secret. One of my favorite games of all time is Final Fantasy VII, but the game that I'm picking for today is a Final Fantasy game. It is Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. Now, why does this game make me want to rage quit? I've only ever played through the game once, and that is for one reason and one reason alone. Nero the Sable. Who is Nero the Sable, I hear you ask? Well, he comes from Dirge of Cerberus. I don't know how many people here would have played that game, but that's where he originally shows up. So Nero the Sable is probably one of the coolest Final Fantasy looking characters out there. He's like a mixture between Mankind and Vincent from Final Fantasy VII himself. It was just glorious. I was like, yes, he's back in this game. But, oh my god, it just tore me apart. Literally, I must have spent hours and hours and hours trying to figure out how to beat this boss. And why? Because the dude has so many moves. It is just unreal. It drove me absolutely crazy because he's got moves that just wipe you out. That just wipe you out in one go. It's like this weird line thing and it just blows you up and that's your life gone. And I literally nearly rage quit this game. And now the reason why I'm talking about this is because there aren't any JRPGs that I played and I thought, you know what, too hard, don't like this. But this was something different entirely. But because this game was so close to my heart and I was like, this is Final Fantasy VII, you've got to be kidding me. No way am I being beat by this. So during the battle, it gets really heated very, very quickly. You'll find that he's not actually weak to anything at all, and he's pretty much immune to basically every single status effect, which is just really, really frustrating. So it's just pointless casting spells. Throughout most of the fight, I tried to avoid all of his attacks, and it's virtually nigh on impossible. Every single one landed a blow, so I spent most of the time trying to heal myself up. One of the ways that I did actually try to sort of defeat him and actually found it worked out quite well was jumping up in the air and giving him a good bash in the face. But even then, it was a struggle just to get him staggered. He also, throughout the entire battle, casts haste, which just speeds everything up, which makes it 10 times harder again. So you're constantly feeling like it's an uphill battle. And one of the biggest frustrations was this move called Sweeping Darkness. It's a weird little shooty out thing like an umbrella, and I just couldn't avoid it. It was just absolutely hateful. Every single time I went into this battle, I was always losing almost instantly or around about this point, which comes around the second phase where you enter a different room. But it was just so frustrating. No matter what I did, for the longest time, I just could not get through it. And it was just the most infuriating thing. And you know what? To this day, I still am not really sure how I beat him. I think it was just pot luck. I really do. I think I just timed things just right and just managed to get it in because I didn't learn the patterns of his moves. I didn't see certain patterns happening all at the same times. I was just kind of winging it the entire way. I played through this game once, and that is the one and only time I think I'm ever going to do that boss fight again because, my god, it is the most frustrating boss fight I think I've ever been in. So even though it's not a JRPG that I rage quit, I was this close, and it was like on my favorite series of all time. So hopefully that kind of answered this question because I was this close to rage quitting, and I will never play that game again. I will never play that part of the game again because it was just that frustrating. But anyways, big thanks for John to have me on, and on to the next one.
James there with Nero from Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I mean, I would say that I would rage quit that, but I don't have that issue. Get good, James. So next up we have Germany's all-star premium Star Ocean 5 enthusiast. Yes, you know it. It's Luca from Fieto Gaming. What's he going to be raging about? Probably that Star Ocean 5, maybe?
Finally time to play some video games. Let's try Super Mario RPG. This is so cute. Okay, this is cool. Alright, first battle, let's go. Okay, cool. Cool. Not another battle. Oh my god, this. Ah! Alright, I'm so sorry to say this, as I know Super Mario RPG has a lot of fans, but man, this game drove me crazy. That's not to say this game is bad or something, I can see why people like it, but I honestly don't understand why nobody complains about a stupid and annoying battle theme. To me, this was so aggravating, irritating, and just so annoying. And since battles are short and enemies are everywhere, you constantly get into battles and are forced to listen to this music over and over again. The best thing though, the victory music is just as crap, so it feels like you never get a break from shitty music in this game. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you just turn off the music then? Yeah, you know, I want to experience the game how it's supposed to be played, and turning off the music would have helped for combat, but then I would have also missed all the other music, and that's stupid. So overall, I'm happy for everyone who likes Super Mario RPG, but I can't stand it because of its annoying battle theme. That felt good, so thanks John for having me and giving me a chance to rage about this a bit. Guys, let myself and John know in the comments what your thoughts are on the music in this game. Alright, see you guys next time.
Look at there with Super Mario RPG and that lovely repetitive battle music. I know exactly where you're coming from. Now, when I was planning to make this video and make this a collaboration, there was one person that I needed on this video. The one person that I know will cause a rampage throughout this video. Yes, pun intended. It's newcomer to the channel, the Rampage Tulk.
Well, that was easy. Take this! What? This is too easy. Come on! Bored now. You fucking piece of shit! Fuck you!
Rampage Tulk there, breaking his Xbox because of lost Odyssey. RIP Xbox. Next up, we have Fem Trooper with the game which makes her go, what the hell?
Hey everybody, it's Fem Trooper, and thank you John for having me on to talk about a game that I rage quit, a JRPG that makes me so angry. And actually the reason why it makes me so angry is because I love so much about it, and that is Octopath Traveler. I mean, the game has so much going for it, has so much, you know, there are so many qualities and aspects of it that I love, and that's why I still own it for some reason. It looks great, it has that HD 2D thing, it kind of started that trend, and I'm all about it because I want so many games to look like that. It really truly is awesome, and the music is great, the battle system is great. I mean, damn, there's so many cool towns, there's a world map, oh my god, it's so great. But it's just, there are two things that make it annoying. One, it's a little boring. It's a little boring. I'm just gonna say it. It's kind of dry, and you have these 8 stories that don't really connect, and they're kind of random, and I feel like they should have had all these interesting backstories and then made all these characters come together for one compelling reason, and they kind of don't, and that's a little bit of a letdown. The reason that I can't stand it and why I rage quit is, sorry to say, it's way too hard. The game just has a difficulty spike in like chapter 3 where I was like, I cannot do this anymore. It's so hard. It's unbearable, where I would be literally playing for like 2 hours and gain like 1 or 2 levels and not be able to even continue. And I thought, I'm going to be playing this game for 300 hours. Like, part of me thinks, well, then something is wrong with me. I'm doing something wrong here. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, because I've heard a lot of other people say the same thing. So I just feel like, no, it's not just me. This game's annoying. I'm sorry, it's annoying, and I am mad at it, and because I'm mad at it because there's so much to like. And that's why it bothers me, because I subconsciously keep it because I think I'm gonna beat it one day or something, and then I know I won't. So, I'm rage quitting. Thanks again, John, for having me on, and I hope you guys check out my channel, of course, and I hope to see what everybody else rage quit.
Femtrooper with Octopath Traveler, and I will agree with every sentiment here. It's a fantastic game, but it makes me rage quit as well. Now, next up, we have another newcomer to the Chicken Fillets channel. It is Mecha Otaku Gamer with his choice of JRPG, which made him rage quit. On we go.
What up, guys? It's me, Mecha Otaku Gamer here, and I am so thankful to be a part of this collab. Thank you, Chicken Fillets, for including me. Now, when he asked me if I wanted to be in this video talking about JRPGs that made us rage quit, the first game that came to mind is this monstrosity, this flaming piece of crap. This is Dawn of Mana, a sorry excuse for an action RPG set in the Mana series on the PlayStation 2, and I desperately wanted to really enjoy this game. It has a beautiful art style, the characters are pretty fascinating, the world is interesting, but what really lets this game down is the gameplay. Like, what on Blue Earth made Square Enix, the team behind the Mana series, think that having ragdoll physics in this game, having gameplay mechanics that work against you, be a good idea. So the main character has this weapon on his arm that's like this mana sword, and he's able to shoot out a whip, and the whip can attach on the objects and enemies and launch them all around, and half the time you can't even launch it where you want to in order to like stun other enemies and able to do mass damage. And not only that, the second to last boss in this game has attacks that just clip right through the environment and hit you no matter what. There's just a bunch of asinine gameplay mechanics in Dawn of Mana, and I can see why this is the black sheep of the Mana series. This game made me rage quit so hard. I spent almost 20 hours in this game, and I just felt like it was a waste. I don't think I will ever be able to beat this game. This is one of the games that truly made me rage quit, and I just absolutely dropped it. I can't believe this game even exists. And I could go more into Dawn of Mana and why it is such a crap RPG, but I'm going to save that for my own video. With that, don't forget to check me out over on my channel, Mecha Otaku Gamer, and thank you again, Chicken Fillets, for including me. You are very awesome. And check out his channel. He makes some really great JRPG video game content here on YouTube. See you guys in my next video. Peace!
Mecha Otaku Gamer there with a PS2 JRPG which I've not actually played, and do I want to play it now? Maybe not. Now next up we have our man from Down Under. Yes, it's Upper Nimbus with his JRPG which made him rage quit. Why?
What's going on, guys? Up in Nimbus here. Now the question is, what JRPG pissed me off to no end? Well, that would have to be Paper Mario Sticker Star on the Nintendo 3DS. Of course, being a longtime fan of the series, I was super stoked and incredibly excited to get my hands on the latest installment of Paper Mario. However, little did I know that this game was going to be one gigantic whopping disappointment. I don't know why, but at the time I didn't really take in the fact that things were so much different and more bland and generic compared to what the previous Paper Mario games were like. But after playing through the game and having many years to mull over my experience with Paper Mario Sticker Star, that's when the reality set in and I thought, oh my friggin' god, what have they done to this franchise? That realization that the developers had stripped away all of the originality that made Paper Mario magical in the first place. All of the original character designs, the party members, the badges, the leveling up, the motive and the reason to even enter a battle and fight the enemy. And like the enemy designs and variety, bosses, bland, generic, just lifeless, no heart, no soul. And the whole sticker collecting and battle utilizing of the stickers mechanic was just utterly pointless. What did it amount to? You get a sticker, you use it as an attack in battle, and that's your attack, and then the sticker's gone. Literally a one-time use. So I really don't know what the developers were thinking with the sticker mechanic. I think the game was more like a 3D platformer collectathon at that point. There was nothing JRPG about it, and there wasn't even a story apart from Bowser has kidnapped Princess Peach again. Yeah, that's a pretty bad Bowser impression, I'm so sorry. I did not bring justice like Jack Black did. Anyway, that was why I thought Paper Mario the Sticker Star was incredibly disappointing, and ultimately, yes, it was a JRPG that had made me rage. So, Chicken Fillets, thank you once again for having me on this collaboration of yours. I always have a blast being on these videos of yours, and I look forward to everybody else's choice within this video. So until the next time, everybody, Upper Nimbus is signing off.
Yet again, Super Mario showing his face on this list. Well, Upper Nimbus has explained why. Now with everything said and done, what was the JRPG which made me rage quit? Now let me ask you something. Have you ever been so angry with a game that you've actually quit an entire genre? Well, this actually was something that I did many moons ago. Now a JRPG which made me rage quit, which made me quit the genre in general, was Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2. Now you might be thinking to yourself, hold on, how can you quit a whole genre considering you are a JRPG content creator? Well, let me tell you. Back when I was a wee guy, the JRPGs that I played back then was essentially Final Fantasy 7, 8 and 9. I didn't really know much else of the JRPG world. Now when it came to Final Fantasy X, I was really looking forward to it. The 3D graphics looked amazing, and I remember playing a demo disc and thinking, wow, this is amazing. Then I discovered something which made me rage quit completely from a genre. I discovered that with Final Fantasy X, it did not have the world map. Now for me, back then when I was a wee, I wouldn't want to say ignorant, but I was ignorant to my gaming. Well, I had this brick wall essentially built around me that all JRPGs had to have a world map, and this game did not have one. And for some reason I thought this was a good enough reason to just rage quit the genre in general. These barriers that I constructed for myself when playing these sort of games that I had to have X, Y and Z really just derailed my gaming in general. It wasn't until I played Crisis Core when I got older that I realised that, you know what, JRPGs can be more, especially with different type of genres. So for example, action versus turn-based. Imagine a world map causing me to quit an entire genre, well, lack thereof. So as stupid as it sounds, yes, Final Fantasy X was a JRPG which made me rage quit in the biggest way possible. If it wasn't for Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII on the PSP, well, I wouldn't be in front of you talking about JRPGs in general. I am so glad I got over that stupid barrier in my head. So there we have it, 9 JRPGs which made us rage quit. What JRPG made you Rage Quit? Let me know in the comments down below. Now if you like what you're hearing and seeing on the channel, well please help me grow it by liking, sharing and subscribing. And if you want to be kept up to date with everything Chicken Fillets, oh, you know what to do by now. Hit that notification bell. Now please also check out all the other collaborators on this channel. They are awesome content creators. So yeah, thank you once again, and until next time, tatty bye.
Oh, what the